Good morning. First podcast of the year in January. Today's idea is a baby roller or walker with four wheels in all directions. I was looking at some baby walkers, and for some reason, they only have wheels that go either forward and backwards. And I didn't see any that went left, right, diagonal, all directions, 360. I'm not sure why. But I think it would be pretty cool and very important that a baby could move all around. Maybe I didn't look deep enough into Amazon, but a very quick glimpse showed me that all baby walkers go in two directions, forward and backwards. But we need to go left, right, southwest, northwest, southeast, and southwest. We need to go all directions. Now, with the next part is the news. I've been out of it for a while, and I can tell you that it's been a great health boost service for me, my life, and my financial life, and everything, and my mental health. Out there, you'll be looking a lot of YouTube videos that say, well, to be healthy, you need to do yoga for 10 minutes, and then you need to breathe, and then you need to eat avocado, and then everything you cook needs to be with avocado oil, and on and on and on and on and on, gluten-free this and gluten-free that. And now I look at my tobacco that I put in my mouth, that it's less tobacco than tobacco, but it has all the benefits of tobacco. And look at gambling. It's so good. And all this bullshit. You know what actually boosted my health 1,000%? And it took less than 5 minutes? Well, YouTubers hate this one secret. Get the hell out of the news. Delete that Facebook, delete that Instagram. Delete YouTube if you need to, but you don't have to. But the point is, just do not watch any more people talking about the current events of this economy. It's horrendous. You don't have to necessarily get out of social media, although I would say definitely Instagram and Facebook. You gotta get out of those. Snapchat, whatever you're using. YouTube is okay-ish. You just have to avoid certain things, and even then you will fall back on it. But watching the news less, people that talk about the current events, it's has boosted me an incredible amount of joy. Ever since that Charlie Kirk got shot, I've been staying away from the news. I've noticed that it was very toxic. After that, it got even more toxic. But for me, that was a sign, a flag, and I was gone. Oh my God. And now we have police behind me? Oh, what is going on? Never mind. It's like this piece of shit just taking advantage of it. Yeah, those are some real pieces of shit. So, yeah, the police wasn't for me. It's just trying to cut through the highway, and everybody moved to the right lane, and then the people that follow the police trying to get through the traffic, try to cut through, and they didn't let me merge back, and other people. Those are real pieces of shit. I hope you get late to your job, and I hope your tire deflates on the way, and you have a tire light on for the whole road trip, and the engine light on never ceases to be. Okay. All right. The Bible says that you can pray bad things for people. It's just that the Lord will not listen and don't do it. Like, he won't do it. You can pray, you're allowed to, but he won't do nothing about it. Moving on. So, yeah, talking about bad stuff there in the news. I was out here being toxic. Well, it's deserved. Anyways, I'm gonna stop with that. So yeah, I stopped watching all the news, and within a month or less than a month, pretty much a week probably, I started looking for homes, and eventually it happened. A couple months later, and I got a house. And that's just because I didn't listen to all the negativity that's been going on. Even now, I'm I just happened to put one of those videos because I felt like recuperated, and I'm like, yeah, I got it. I can watch one video. I've been long enough without it. And I watched this one guy that I love that talks about houses, the situation, and it's all negative. Everything he said is like, it's gonna get worse. I'm just summarizing, it's gonna get worse. Government is not fixing the problem, just temporary solutions. Nothing's gonna change. And if you don't have all these 10 things, you shouldn't buy a house. And when I was listening to all those, and probably don't have like two of those things, or at least I learned five of those while I was shopping for the house, which would have put me in a very bad spot if I had followed his advice. I would probably not do it. Okay, what's this? An ambulance? Two ambulances? One ambulance, one cop, one ambulance. Okie dokie. That looks like I'm gonna get late to work, that's for sure. If they're all driving in my lane, I know it's gonna be bad. Yeah, soon enough. Um, so that's the guy that I would listen to before, and a couple of others, and I'd be like, yeah, it's impossible to buy a house. There's absolutely no way. Look at everything. Look at the economy. Look at this. Look at that. And it's all true. But then I listen to people like that 24/7 even more. And the world sounds like it's on fire, and it's never the right time to do anything, to buy a house, to have a family. Nothing. Even if you look at the news, it's like, and not the news. I keep saying the news, but we already know. The news as we used to know them on TV and all these big brand names, they're gone. They're not a thing anymore. They're just not a thing. Um, it's all podcasters, influencers, celebrities. That's the current news now. People, no name people that made a name for themselves by talking about current events. That's the news, and that's what I mean by that. But so I already know the world is on fire, and then when I look at videos like that 24/7, it just reinforces that idea. And now that I stopped, I still know that the world is on fire, but I'm just, riding the waves of it. Just being selfish and looking only at myself and my life and what I can do about this world on fire. And if I can spend on something, I'll do it. And if I can't, I don't. And I don't overthink it. I just don't overthink it anymore. And that has done me a great, great service for my health. I've been sleeping much better. I've been working way harder. I've been just enjoying my present more, my way home, my way to work, everything, basically everything. It's a cure all. That's what it is. And I still fall for it. And I will watch one or two videos just to remind myself of how much of a dumpster fire all that is. And then I stop. Sometimes I just do it for entertainment, for lack of better entertainment. But what I realize is that I can still consume entertainment. There's different types of entertainment out there that lend themselves to be dumpster fire free. For example, and this for me is a sign of the current economical times, but I've been watching a peanut play video games, Arc Raiders. And this guy is hilarious. Very, very funny. Very enjoyable. I've never watched someone stream before and actually stick to it like I have with this one. At least I stuck for it for a good week. And here and there I watch the shorts or the videos. But it's literally just a guy that has a camera and it transforms his body into a peanut. And you don't know how he looks in real life. That's his persona. And he pretty much goes all the way out when he says crazy things that are out of pocket. Probably helps that, you're not showing your real face. But it's hilarious. And I think it's a great, great sign of our times that the world is so bad that I will run to a peanut playing video games for entertainment, just to distract me from this world, whatever is going on with it. And I'm not the flag or the sign. It's the fact that he is shortly climbing up the ranks in the streamer world. And I believe he won first place on FPS shooter, and then he won first place on something else, a VTuber. Um, and he's been connecting and playing with big names out there that are in our times, in our current times, big streamers. So, yeah, this Peanut guy, that is a sign that everybody is watching a Peanut play video games and thoroughly enjoying it. He's funny, he's entertaining. There's not much political commentary. There's some here and there, but it's far and few, very far and few. And it doesn't stick for too long either. Something else that I've been watching here and there. It's probably a little bit of Rhett and Link again. Good Mythical Morning. That's a good one. It has not much politics involved in it. I've been watching some random videos on like how to cook popcorn, how to exercise better, more efficiently. Not really going too deep into diets, but a little bit into it. Video games, a little bit. I've been going back to Fortnite here and there, just some chill, nothing too sweaty. In fact, I tried playing Fortnite on the computer. Dude, it's hilarious how sweaty it is. Like, my guy, I just worked 8-hour shift every day, 2 hours commute in total to get home on a Sunday. Well, I didn't work on a Sunday, right? But let's just imagine I did all that week. And then it's my Sunday night, and I'm like, I haven't played video games in 2 weeks. Let me hop on the computer and enjoy myself. And I just land. And these guys, this is the no building whatever game of Fortnite. And these guys be killing me with pistols and flying and God, just move demons, whatever their movement. Crazy. I'm like, I'm out. I think I played four games. I died pretty quick to all of them. The times that I got pretty close to like 5th place is the times that I just hit. And I was messing with my controllers, just changing all my key bindings to crouch better and switch weapons better. And I actually got to 5th place because I was hiding in a little room just messing with my controllers, and somebody entered and I surprised them and I got him. And then I just kept changing my controllers. This is so dumb. So the way I won in that game is by not playing the game. So I'm like, I'm out. So where I was going with that is that I started playing Fortnite on the phone, and that is much, much more enjoyable. I have a little tablet I got on Black Friday. And I played on that. And the people in there are less sweaty, much less sweaty. I mean, me compared to them, I'm the sweaty one in there. I'm probably killing a bunch of computers, and here and there, maybe like 10 people in total in the whole map, like real people. So you can tell the difference right away when I meet a real person playing there. Like all of a sudden, they play much better, and now it gets challenging. But that is way more enjoyable than the computer. Arc Raiders, I played a little bit. I've been seeing a lot of games on sale, whole lot of games on sale on Steam. Incredible games, by the way, like Devil May Cry 5 for like $5. Some good zombie games. Just really good. I can't think of any more, but really, really good games out there. Oh, finally we reached that here, the ambulance and the cop. Let's see. Let's see. Everybody slow down, guys. It's my turn to look at the accident. Everybody slow down. It's a lame accident. What happened? Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Oh no. Oh, okay. It's a rear-ended, 4 vehicles involved. A business vehicle rear-ended, a civilian vehicle. Nothing too bad, actually. Probably like 20 miles crash. I mean, it's a traffic crash, so it's not a bad one. And then those 2 cars bump each other. Then I think it bumped another 2 cars. So we had a total of 4 cars there in a little wreck. Nothing too bad. Nothing too bad. I don't think we're looking at broken necks or maybe not even a concussion. I don't think so. The bag may have deployed, may have not. It probably wasn't needed to deploy. Good thing if it did. It's an accident like that. You know, they're gonna feel it in the pocket. That's the only bad thing. I'm sorry, my guys. They're gonna feel it in the pocket real bad. With these insurances and the cost of vehicles, even used vehicles now, it's no joke to get into an accident. But thank goodness, thank the Lord, they're okay, and that's the most valuable part. That is the most valuable part, your health. So once you lose that, it's gone. Gotta get a lot of recovery. So, yeah, Steam is giving a lot of games for sale. And I just look at all of them and I'm like, maybe back in my day, but my day is gone. Gone and lost my day. And I didn't buy any of them. I didn't. In fact, I got a gift card that I won at the company celebration, 200 buckaroonies. And I looked at all those big games and I said, you know what? I have some guilt-free money right here that I just got and won that I didn't expect to have, and I could use it to buy some video games and just relax and play something that doesn't require multiplayer, some single player, Devil May Cry 5 or something. But all these games look a little too sweaty, even in the single player part. I was like, I think I grew out of them. And so you know what I spent it on? A TV mount that we needed, because that baby is already standing and messing with the TV, and I know he's gonna flip it one day, or he's gonna bring the TV towards him. And that coffee table is like just the size of the TV. Like the legs of the TV are barely scraping by like an inch more, and it probably falls off the table. It's just so got a TV mount for that. I didn't know it was gonna be that expensive, but yeah, I took my entire gift card, $200 for a TV mount. But it's nice. It goes up and down, left and right, swivels, does everything that a TV mount should do, and keep the baby safe from flipping the TV on his little body. And thank you, John. I didn't even buy a TV mount for my home. I bought safety for my baby. See, marketing team, that's how you market a product. I bought safety. I could care less about a TV mount. I've been without a TV mount for my entire life. But the baby reaches that TV and wobbles it, and all of a sudden I need one. I bought a solution to a problem. Where was I going from this? Oh yeah. The greatest thing you can do to your health is get away from the current events cycle. There's always something going on. Trust me. And I don't escape it 100% either. I will watch a YouTube video here, YouTube video there, or watch my favorite podcaster, once a week. And then they mention some of the current events. I can't escape it. Like what's pretty into the news lately is deportations. And so I couldn't escape that. And then they kidnapped the president of Venezuela, and then I couldn't escape that. It was just all over the place. And then I think I escaped for like a week, and I put on one of my streamers, and now somebody shot a person driving a car, and people are like, well, should it have happened? Yes or no? And I'm like, whoa, guys. And then the comments are like, this is to distract us from this other corruption going on in daycares. And I'm like, the news are disgusting. Never let um, what is it? Never let a bad tragedy or a tragedy go to waste. And so the comments are like, instead of looking for common ground or I don't know, something that comes out of it that is good, like a new law or not even law, but just something, something to see the quality of what we have, to measure it. It's just like people saying, this is a distraction for this and that, and like linking more world issues. Like, wow, guys, it's been a long year. I know it's been 12 days, but it's been a long year already. 2026 really started, and it started, and it's going. The, the month is not even over. It already feels like a year if you watch the news. So I'm not immune. I still see stuff like that. It's just that I probably see 1 minute or 5 of it, and I kind of get the grasp of it, like enough. I get enough of it to be current, not on purpose, but it is entertaining. Not gonna lie. That's the other thing that I'm realizing. But it looks like current events is the new meta. It's how we sell now um, to more mature audiences. Maybe it's just because that's what I'm being recommended to. I'm a mature audience, but a lot of people that are becoming more famous lately are into the news, and then they start selling more mature products like gambling, whiskeys, uh, tobacco, pouches, uh, gambling addictions or something. So even their products are selling differently. And I think that's also, well, it's an issue, but it's just what capitalism does. But whatever there's money, there's energy, and everything flows there. And so I think there's a lot of currency, a lot of value in the current events. Uh, as a matter of fact, I think one of my more popular videos was when I talked about China and the little Red Book app. That was a current event as it was happening. Compared to all my videos or podcastings, that one got the most views in the shortest time. So like in a day, it got more than every other video I've ever done in a day. And I think it still remains a little higher than all of them. And I saw it in first person. I saw that. I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. This one made good viewership. I guess it got recommended to more people. And I did consider it. Well, it looks like I probably would reach more people if I started doing more current event things. And then I'll just become another quote unquote expert. Something happens and all of a sudden I'm an expert on it. Signs grow 10 inches taller, and I'm like, all of a sudden I'm a traffic sign expert. I know 50 years worth of history on signage. And then the next day, electrical posts are removed from wood to metal, and all of a sudden I'm an expert in materials and logistics of the electrical grid of Texas. So, I'm fatigued. I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. So I didn't go that route. I didn't. I'll find my success in other ways. I will. And this is another one that I've been pondering is, should I be a kid-friendly podcast, or should I be a teenager podcast style? It's like, family friendly, no bad words. Naturally, I don't say bad words, but I do like some bad words here and there to emphasize certain things. They're not very classy, but I've listened to jokesters out there and comedians, and just even the president says bad words once in a while, and it creates emphasis in the message. At the end of the day, it's just another word. So I'm kind of having an internal fight with that. And being the type of person that doesn't like to say any vulgarities. And I've also known that family friendly stuff gets more traction. At the same time, I enjoy family friendly stuff right now. And it's very tasteful. It's not divisive. And I like it. I like it. It fits me. But at the same time, I wouldn't keep a kid away from the real world. And the real world has bad words in them. And so, yeah, I'm inflicted. I've never said them, so it's out of character for me to say them anyways. But let's say that I started embracing that. A little bit. It's weird for somebody that never says a bad word to all of a sudden say it. Have you guys heard that? Have you guys heard like a nerd like me say a bad word all of a sudden? It's weird. It feels, and it sounds forced. It doesn't sound like it's coming from the heart. And then when it does come out, not only do you sound like a kindergartner, you also sound like damn, I guess we really hit a button on this one. You gotta back out. But you think that's how it sounds, but actually people just laugh. They're like, let's keep bullying him. He said a bad word. Yeah, he can't say it right. So, hey, I'm going to arrive soon to my job. J-O-B. Yes, Sereni, I do have a job. I'm one of those few podcasters that I have a job. This is my job. And just to drive back the message, I really enjoy the fact that stepping away from the news, as native as they are, has helped my mental health incredibly. Another thing that I mean, you can't replicate, but it just happened to me in that way, is getting 2 cars. Finally, I mean, took years, but finally getting a house. And those 2 things is because those 2 things occupied a lot of mental space on the economy and like what I could do and couldn't do. And for those that don't have a car or just have one but need a second one for the other person, you know exactly what I mean. It's very taxing to the mind to always know that you're lacking a necessity. And yes, in America, having a vehicle is a necessity. That is not even an argument. I mean, it is, but in my mind, it's not. If you live in America and you've been the average person, you don't even have to be poor. You understand that having a car is a necessity. Now, if you're in Europe, that's a different story, or somewhere with actual public transport. And then the next thing that changed and then the house, because there's a certain peace of mind that comes with not paying rent. I'm still quote unquote paying rent for it. It's called mortgage. It's pricier than rent itself, but it has the added feature that it's my money going into my money. Like it's no longer going into someone else's pockets. And eventually, if I were to sell the house, which who knows when or what, or if I get way too old, like 80 years old, and I can't work and I'm going to get kicked out, Well, that is not really a possibility. I can live much cheaply by just paying the state taxes. And even if I do get kicked out, I think the process just takes longer to kick me out of it. Uh, like let's say I'm 85 and then I didn't pay the government their proper taxes because like I ran out of money. I can't work. My check is not cutting it, as many of the 85-year-olds, that's happening today. I have no family to support me with the payments or anything, and I'm going to lose the house, and I do end up losing the house. Well, that process still takes a bit to get me out of it into the streets. Much, much longer than an apartment. An apartment would kick you out in a month or a couple of days. So all that has improved my mental health, just knowing that. And then 3 is just having a baby changes my perspective. I've heard that all the time from a lot of people. And it is very true. It is very true. I knew it was going to happen. I just didn't know how I was going to feel or how much of it is going to influence, but it does influence tremendously. I'm a completely different person. And I don't think I would ever have gotten into this mindset with meditation. Like if I was childless, I wouldn't have achieved this ever. No matter how meditation I did, how much I travel, or how many books I read, or how many TED Talks I went to, absolutely nothing would have given me this mindset. It's impossible to achieve. Nothing would have made it. Even if I had taken care of like a nephew and taking it from me. Not even. This is a very, very different feeling that you only get when you have a creature that you made that wasn't in this world, and because of me, it's here. And nobody's going to love it more than I am. And nobody's going to want it more than I am. And it's mine. It's my little creature. And it's my full responsibility. And yeah, that hits different. And then I see the world differently, much more dangerous, way more dangerous, way more risky. And I take my life way more seriously. And the life of my wife, way more seriously. Way more. And that means like something happens to my partner, it's just me. It's just me, and the life of that little one changes forever, no matter how much of a good father I can be. If the other parent is not there, that life is never the same. So yeah, having a kid has changed my perspective humongously. And that's one kid. I get a feeling that even the people that has 2 or 3 or 4 or just more than one also change perspective a little more. All of a sudden, it's more lives that one is responsible for. Anyway, so I arrived to my job. Oh, very nice job. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. Not everybody can get 2 cars in this economy, much less a house or even care for a little one. But what you can replicate from what I said is stay away from social media. Detox from it. I know that religion is no longer a thing for many of us young people, but in religion, it's very common to fast from food, but also from actions. In the Catholics, they fast for 40 days for meat, but people that can't do meat or fish or whatever, they just choose something else. Like, let me fast from something that actually hurts me. Not that hurts me as a person, but that I actually enjoy doing or want to do or whatever. And social media is one thing that we enjoy a lot, and you should definitely fast for 40 days from social media. It's an exaggeration, I'm saying, but you can definitely do it even if you want to. Just do it and see the results and find that life that is still out there. The next thing that I want to mention about that is you do have to get rid of Facebook and Instagram. I've tried doing the 3 dots and then do not recommend this type of content. I've tried doing that, but it looks like even after I do that, Instagram and Facebook have made it in such a way that they won't really honor your preferences. In fact, in the wording, they say, show me less of this, meaning that you're still going to see some of it. And then, their stuff is like, well, you get the point. They're still going to show you stuff. And then the next day, they're going to forget that you even had preferences and they're going to show you everything back again. And you could look at the most random things, and just because you're a man in this age group and this zip code and this area and these are your interests, they're still going to show you things that are, let's say, relevant, or they think they're relevant to you. Like if you're a smoker, they're going to be showing you people that smoke. And even if you're like, I don't want to see content like this, they're still going to advertise some smoking stuff to you, or once in a while, something about smoking or some other adjacent addiction, because you're in the age group of that advertisement marketing. And these marketers, they pay big money. They pay pretty much your mortgage and your first payment of your house in like 1 month just to show you ads. And those are the little ones. The big ones could literally buy a house every month just an advertisement alone. When an average citizen takes 30 years. So the only solution for me was deleting it altogether. Sometimes I still need it. If I want to go and look at Marketplace in Facebook or some messages, there's some ways around it. I may download it temporarily, get hooked up on some reels, and then delete it again. But the end of the message here is, baby walkers with 360 wheels so they can walk anywhere they want instead of just forward and backwards. And get rid of your social media. Do a detox from it. Yeah, it's actually easier if you know you're gonna come back to social media, but you just want to give it 30 days or 40 days. Just get away from it for a bit. See what that does to you. Thank you for listening. I hope your world keeps on rocking the good way, even if the world out there is on fire. All right? So keep chill. Don't carpet the world, but put some sandals on your feet so that wherever you step may be soft and comfortable.